Whatever, if it makes you feel better, you can tell yourself that, Violet said impatiently. So what does your dad want us to do? We've got to look at the screens and check they're all working. Make sure none of them are blank or blinking on and off. Violet jumped from her chair and began to walk around. Inside the brain were lots of tiny TV screens, all clustered in the center of the space like a giant spider's eyes. They were surrounded by a narrow walkway to inspect them from. Each screen is connected to an eye plant in one of the flower beds around town, Boy continued. The number on the top corner of the screen will tell you which bed. If you see a screen blinking, write down its number. They all look fine here. Violet's stomach churned as she watched Mr. Hatchet pick his nose outside his butcher's shop on one of the tiny TVs. It's a bit weird looking at people when they don't know, isn't it? Oh, there's a new train in Merrill's toy shop window, Boy said excitedly, moving closer to the screen in front of him. Why do boys love boring things like trains? Violet sighed, shaking her head. Why do girls love boring things like talking? Boy smirked. Any problems? William Archer asked, poking his bearded face round the main door of the brain. No, Dad, Boy replied. Maybe the adjustments you made worked. Wouldn't that be great? William smiled, ruffling his son's unruly hair. It'd get Vincent crooked off my back anyway. Is the committee meeting finished then? Violet asked. Yes, your dad is on the way, Violet. He was just having a word with Vincent. What happened this time? She asked. Her dad and Mr. Crooked were always having words, and most of the words weren't nice, her mam said. Her dad called it a difference of opinion, but Violet knew that meant he just didn't like the man. She kind of agreed with her dad, though. If Mr. Crooked was anything like his son, Connor, then she wouldn't like him either. Nothing, Violet, William replied. Vincent was just questioning how secure the eye plants are after the recent problems. Your dad was trying to persuade him that everything is fine. He smiled. Right, Violet, are you ready? Her dad stepped into the doorway, looking red-faced. Did you convince Vincent? William asked. No, Eugene replied, but I had fun trying. I don't know what it is about that man, but I just can't warm to him. He was saying something about robberies and how if the eyes weren't working properly, we wouldn't be safe in town. Robberies in town? William laughed. I wonder what he'll come up with next. Anyway, Eugene said, stepping back out onto Edward Street. It's Sunday night, time for your bed, Violet. Your mother will be wondering where we've gone to. But, Dad, can't I stay a bit longer? Violet pleaded, looking at Boy. No, it's school tomorrow. Mrs. Moody won't be happy if you fall asleep in class. Mrs. Moody is never happy anyway, Dad. Come on, Violet, Eugene said, squeezing her shoulders affectionately. Violet sighed and said goodbye to William and Boy, then walked with her dad through the quiet streets of town. On the nights her mam went to cooking classes, Violet's dad brought her to committee meetings. The committee was formed after Perfect fell, as a way to rule town. It was made up of 10 people. Her dad called it a demon-crosity, or demon-something. Anyway, it just meant all decisions in town were voted on, so everything was fair. The meetings were boring, and unlike tonight, when she helped with the brain, normally Violet would have to sit through 2 hours of adults talking. The walk home with her dad always made up for it, though. The skies in town were usually clear, and Eugene Brown would point to the stars and ask her to name them. They'd done it so many times now that Violet knew them all by heart. Sometimes she forgot one on purpose, because Mam said her dad loved to show off all the stuff he knew about science. There's the plough, Eugene said, pointing, as they neared their house. She was following his finger, when all of a sudden, something flew out of the bushes in front of her. Violet jumped, almost landing on her father's foot. It's okay, pet, he soothed, looking skywards. It's only a bird. Strange it's out at this time of night. Violet steadied her breath as they walked up their gravel drive. Do you think town would be safe if the eye plants really stopped working, Dad? Pet, town is one of the safest places I've ever been. Perhaps one of the safest places in the world. We don't need the eyes, but they're William's indulgence. I think he wants to turn something bad into something...